Bottom of the third inning here from Phoenix Municipal Stadium. 5-0 lead for Arizona State over Arizona. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 spots due up in the Sun Devil lineup. And it's going to be Carter Aldretti, the right fielder, to lead off this third frame for the Sun Devils. Singled and scored on a wild pitch back in the first inning. As he digs in from the right side against Gil Luna in for his second inning of work. He kicks and fires home the first pitch, and it misses outside for ball one. Luna came in relief of the Wildcat starter Quinn Flanagan to get him out of that trouble in the first inning where the redshirt freshman served up 5 Arizona State runs. And Luna worked through a scoreless second as well, a 1-2-3 second. It's the wind in the 0-1, or the 1-0. A fastball misses high at 86, and the count's 2-0 on Aldretti. A 283 hitter entering play today. 6 doubles, 4 home runs, and 27 RBIs. Gage Workman, the switch hitter, third baseman for Arizona State, on deck. Luna sets at the belt, kicks and fires the 2-0. Fastball high again, gets away from Dyer as it skips to the backstop. It's now 3-0 on Aldretti. Aldretti, while the home run numbers might not show it, some pretty solid power. He's beaten his teammate Spencer Torkelson in a pair of home run derbies over the past year. Beat him in the Cape Cod League home run derby and then beat him in one earlier this spring as well. Luna sets. Here's the 3-0. Fastball high for ball 4. 4 pitches, 4 balls, and a free base for Carter Aldretti as he'll toss his bat aside and jog down to first base. That'll bring up Gage Workman for a chance. Aldretti on first base and no one out. The first base runner that Luna has had to work with since getting out of that trouble in the first inning. Switch hitter batting from the right side now after batting left-handed in the first against Flanagan. Couple of practice swings, the Queen Creek native about to step in. Aldretti off of first base. Not much of a base-stealing threat over there. But for the sophomore Workman dealing in. Luna sets. Here's the first pitch. Another fastball high and inside for ball 1. 5 consecutive balls to start this bottom of the third inning for Luna. And Workman's ahead in the count, 1-0. Workman entering play at .347 average, 3 for 4 with a pair of RBIs last night. A 2 RBI single in the 7th inning. Here's the 1-0. Fastball catches the strike zone for strike 1. That'll even up the count at a ball and a strike. As mentioned, native of Queen Creek, Arizona, attended Basha High School, where he was a .396 hitter in his 2 years on varsity, 13 doubles, 12 triples, and 4 home runs. Was a collegiate baseball freshman All-American in 2018, his first season at Arizona State. Here's the 1-1. Fastball over the strike zone again for strike 2. So Workman, after working ahead 1-0, has watched 2 straight strikes, and the count's now 1-2. The outfielders shifted for Workman to pull with him even in the count. Now work back to straight away with him behind. Luna sets out of the stretch. Glove settling at the belt. Here's the 1-2. Fastball inside corner, strike 3 call. 3 straight fastballs from Gil Luna catch the strike zone and set down the Arizona State third baseman looking for out number 1 here in the bottom of the third inning. And that'll bring up the designated hitter Miles Denson, an RBI fielder's choice his last time up in the first inning. Denson, the 7th hitter in that first inning. So he was able to drive in Alika Williams on a 6-3 fielder's choice. So Denson digs in from the right side, the Las Vegas native, against Luna. Off of first is Aldretti with an out here in the third. First pitch bounces in there, chested up by Dyer, keeps it in front of him as the ball trickles out in front of home plate. And that'll be ball 1 to Denson. Miles, a guy who's really not seen a whole lot of playing time in his first 2 seasons, started just a combined 20 games in his first 2 games in Tempe. But now more extra base hits and hits this season than in his first 2 seasons combined. Luna again set. In middle of the infield, wide open for Denson as the 1-0 misses high and the count's 2-0 on Denson.
He started to see a little more playing time this year, and like you mentioned, with all the hits and the extra base hits, they've started to build up because Drew Swift missed 10 games with a little bit of a leg injury, and Denson made the most of his opportunity. They moved Aldretti into second, Denson out to right, and he really was swinging the bat well.
Hitting .333 in his junior campaign so far. Here's the 2-0. Fastball misses high. Denson looking like he was trying to cheat on a fastball ahead in the count, but just watches it go by, and it's now 3-0. But Denson this season has collected 17 hits and 5 extra base hits, opposed to his first 2 seasons where combined just 16 hits and 2 extra base hits. Luna set out of the stretch behind 3-0 to Denson. Aldretti off of first. Here's a 3-0. Swing and a foul straight back. Denson trying to go after a 3-0 fastball right there and just able to foul it back. And the count's now 3-1. Luna not exactly lighting up the radar gun. Fastball sitting anywhere from 86 to 89 out on the scoreboard in right center field. Casa Grande, Arizona native, attended Casa Grande High School and led the team in appearances out of the bullpen last year with 23. Here's the 3-1. Fastball will miss inside for ball 4. So the second walk here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, surrendered by Gil Luna, will put runners on at first and second. For the backstop, Sam Ferry laced an RBI single back in the 1st inning, his first time up. So step to the plate with 2 on and 1 out.
And that's just another intangible about Miles Denson. I mean, you talk about a guy who's come off the bench most of his career as a Sun Devil. He started to see more playing time this year. But like you just saw in that last at-bat, he gives you consistent at-bats and quality at-bats for that matter. Didn't chase anything out of the zone, stayed to his approach, not getting overly aggressive, and as a result, helps the team out with a 1-out walk.
Set is Luna. Here's the first pitch to Ferry. Fastball will miss, like outside a little bit for ball 1, and the count's 1-0. Luna able to fight back and get Workman after struggling with his control to Carter Aldretti, but has seemed like he lost his control a little bit again. They're walking Denson and falling behind 1-0 to Ferry. Runners take their lead off of second and first. Luna fires home the 1-0. Fastball again will miss outside for ball 2. It's 2-0. We talked about it a little bit before, but Ferry, a guy who's really struggled with injuries his first 2 seasons, as Jay Johnson out of the dugout again for the Wildcats. Out there to calm down his southpaw. A little bit of action out in the Arizona bullpen, but no one looks like they're ready as of right now. But Ferry on and off his freshman season with injury. And they missed all of last year with Tommy John after being scheduled to be the starting catcher for the Sun Devils. And now finally getting his opportunity here in 2019 and making the most of it.
Yeah, he absolutely has. I mean, you look at not just what he's done offensively, because for a catcher, he's put up some really quality offensive numbers. I mean, most of the season you've seen his average hovering around 300. He's got 1 home run. That came on that walk-off bomb a couple weeks ago against Washington State. But it's not just his offense. His defense is unprecedented. I mean, he is so mature behind the plate. He calls a fantastic game for all of his pitchers. He's always on the same page as all of his pitchers, like Tracy Smith likes to talk about. I mean, he's everything you could want and more out of a collegiate catcher, and it's why he's been a consistent starter in the lineup since returning from that Tommy John surgery.
We've seen Lyle Lynn get some time behind the plate this year when Ferry's been given days off, as the 2-0 will miss inside for ball 3, 3-0 the count. We've seen Lynn at DH a lot this year. In fact, not in the lineup today. And as Lyle pointed out pregame, this is the first game we think that Lyle Lynn has missed in his Sun Devil career here through now 2.5 seasons.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible the workhorse Lyle Lynn's been for this team for the last 2.5 years. I mean, this is the first game he has not ever started. This is the first time he's finding himself on the bench during the early innings of this game.
So Ferry ahead 3-0. Runners off of first and second. Aldretti off of second. Denson off of first. As the 3-0 catches the inside corner, a fastball at 88 for strike one, and it's now 3-1. The Sun Devils trying to keep adding on here. A 5 spot in the first inning. A Hunter Bishop, 2-run home run, his 16th of the season. A run scored on a wild pitch, an RBI fielder's choice, and an RBI single. And trying to do more damage here in the bottom of the third inning. Ferry at the plate, ahead 3-1. Here's the pitch from Luna, swing and a fly ball on the infield. It's going to back up Cameron Cannon, shallow right field. He's got to search for it up in the night sky, but motions to his right and makes the catch about 10 feet outside the infield dirt. And that'll be out number 2. Ferry pops up on a 3-1 count. And that'll bring up the 9-man Drew Swift to try and keep this third inning alive and get the Sun Devils on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the third inning and try and extend this lead.
And Cannon might have misplayed that ball just slightly going back for, of course, a tough play. It was hit so high in the air by Ferry. He had to change directions and go to his opposite shoulder a little bit right at the end, but he saw it all the way in and squeezes that ball for the second out.
Now with 2 outs, Luna sets out of the stretch on the bump. Here's the first pitch to Swift. Fastball catches the strike zone right down the middle. For strike one, 0-1 the count. Swift walked back in the first inning and was left stranded when Trevor Hauver struck out for the second time in that first inning. Hauver recorded 2 of the 3 outs in that first inning, both strikeouts. Here's the 0-1 to Swift. Off speed, down and in the dirt, misses right over the top of the shoelaces of Drew Swift. And the count's now 1-1. The shortstop, Jacob Blast, playing over deep in the hole at shortstop, leaving sort of the left middle side of the infield open for Drew Swift to take advantage of with the ground ball. Cameron Cannon playing slightly shifted up the middle. And both Quintana at third and Dooney at first playing deep and straight up at their positions. And the outfielders playing straight up with a little more room down the left field line for Swift should he get around on a ball. Luna sets, looks back at Aldretti. Here's the 1-1, swinging a little liner out into center field. Coming in a few steps is Dante Williams, and he's there in plenty of time to make the catch and retire the Sun Devils here in the third inning. ASU gets 2 runners on, but can't take advantage as we'll head to the fourth here from Phoenix Municipal Stadium. 5-0, Sun Devils lead over the Wildcats here on KASC Blaze Radio. Percentage. The teams are about even. 41% for Washington State as Romello Light at the line for the first of 2 free throws. 40% for Arizona State. It's the first free throw up and too strong for Romello White.
That was, I'm just going to say that was a really nasty looking free throw.
Now 1 of 5 from the free throw line. 3 points for White. Second free throw up and he sinks it. Just his second mate in 6 attempts at the charity stripe. And the lead is now cut to 9. The Cougars back the other way, 30-21 Cougars, 7:27 remaining in the half. LB with a 3-pointer right before the timeout on the other side. Now Franks will tee up a 3 in the corner and knocks it down. Robert Franks, the leading scorer in the Pac-12, 13 points, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc, and a 12-point lead for the Cougars. On the other side, Arizona State, Remy Martin, a confusion in the defense for Washington State, dumps it down to Zylan Cheatham right underneath the basket, goes up for the layup and gets fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 more. The Sun Devils have already shot 14 free throws today, but have only sunk 5 of them. Opposed to the Cougars, 7 of 9 from the free throw line so far as Cheatham hits his first of 2. Cheatham just 1 of 3 from the free throw line so far tonight. Is a 60% free throw shooter on the season. Second free throw up and good. And cuts the lead back to 10 with 7 minutes to go in this first half. Ahmed Ali brings the ball up for Washington State across the timeline. Now pass it off to the freshman. CJ Ellaby back to Franks up top. Franks cutting towards the basket and he travels. Oh, he's not happy about that. But a turnover for the Cougars on what looked like a wide open attempt for Robert Franks. But he just couldn't keep control of the possession. A turnover. And Arizona State now back in possession across half court. Remy Martin on the far side. Up top is Lugan Stort. He's working on Ellaby. Passes it out to Cheatham, now back to Martin on the near side wing. Martin throws it onto the baseline for Cheatham, working in the post against Ahmed Ali, dips into the lane, circles around and scores with the left hand, and cuts the lead back to single digits, 33-25, the Cougar lead. LB back on the other end, a long three from the corner, and he drills it. LB on the wing just rose up over the defender and drained the three-pointer. His third three-pointer in as many attempts, extends the lead back to double digits, and a quick turnover on the other end for Arizona State. Careless pass from the Sun Devils, and the ball goes right back to the Cougars.
Yeah, Arizona State, they just can't catch a break right now, and they're not executing.
The Cougars' three-point shooting team, as advertised, 7 of 12 from three-point range so far. Viante Daniels on the other end cuts inside the three-point line, now to Franks. Whips it out to the corner. Ellaby, a three. That one's too strong, his first miss of the night, and the rebound goes down to Remy Martin. The sophomore on the other end finds Dort underneath, the layup up and good. Dort able to finish with two hands, tried to go up for the slam, couldn't get quite high enough, but still able to put the ball in the basket through the foul, and he'll go back to the free throw line to finish this three-point play.
And I'm going to tell you this, TJ, he was up in the air for what felt like 5 seconds. He went up, absorbed contact, and was still able to lay it in there. That was a fantastic finish there by Luguentz Dort.
Dort, a fantastic athlete, as the free throw is up and good. His fourth make in 7 attempts at the line today, and he's into double digits with 10. 36-28 lead for the Cougars as they're on offense on the other end.
Remy Martin playing fantastic defense as always up in the shorts.
Marvin Cannon gets a look on the wing, drives in, a scoop layup, can't get it to fall. The rebound tipped all the way into the backcourt, but it's recovered by the Cougars.
And that ball came all the way out to behind the half-court line.
Franks a long three from the wing, and he drills it. The leading scorer in the Pac-12 cannot be stopped here so far. 16 early points, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, and the Cougar lead back to 11. 5 minutes left to go in this first half. Sun Devils trailing 39-28. Romello White a look on the baseline, and he'll travel as he can't keep control of the basketball as he falls on top of it and gets whistled for a travel.
And we're going to see Washington State transition into their zone defense, something ASU has, it's something they've struggled very mightily with over the past 2 years, and I'll get into that in a little bit.
39-28 lead, under 5 minutes to go in this first half for Arizona State. LB gets a look on the wing, dribbles inside the three-point line, throws up a pump fake, dumps it into Franks, left-hand hook shot, and he gets it to go. 6 of 8 from the field is Robert Franks. He's got 18 points and adds on to the lead. It's now 13 for the Cougars. 4:30 remaining in this half. As you mentioned, Austin, Cougars into a zone set. ASU trying to move the ball around the perimeter. Now it finds Romello White in the middle. Pass it out to Kamani Lawrence. A three on the wing. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound corralled by Luguentz Dort. Goes up for the layup. Can't get it to fall, but he gets fouled underneath, and he'll go right back to the free throw line again.
And one of the biggest storylines for this Arizona State program over the past 2 years is being able to play against the zone defense. U of A came out and ran zone defense for the first time against Arizona State last year. Obviously, ASU lost. Then Colorado tried to run it. ASU lost again. Then they played Utah. They lost again.
Free throw up and good from Luguentz Dort.
And they went 8-10 in conference because teams just started playing zone defense against them. And we're going to see that again here more so tonight.
Forces a team to take a lot more outside shots as the second of 2 free throws is up and good from Luguentz Dort. He now has 12, 6 of 9 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from the field.